Hey guys, welcome to another Monday Gunday. Hey guys, welcome to another Monday Gunday. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Shadow Systems XR920P. This is their compensated, integrated compensator in the end here, which I think is pretty cool. Today we're gonna start off by talking about the cost. The cost for this MSRP is $1,293. So with that extra $7, you can go pick yourself up a Starbucks or whatever you do with your $7. This is a 4.5-inch barrel with the compensator. In addition to that, it is a 17+1 mag capacity. So overall, it is the same dimensions roughly as a Glock 17. So we've put a Holosun 507 comp on here and we're gonna take it out to the range. One modification I also did was a Cogworks slide release because that's what I run on all of my Glock-ish builds. All right guys, we're now up at Defender Ranch on the range. Fortunately, it's a beautiful day. Like always, we're gonna start with a bill drill, and I am just carrying in an Axis Elite from Appendix. So we'll break out a shot timer and run a bill drill here. So we are cold. This will be the first shots of the day. And what I'm looking for on the first bill drill, tracking my dot, my sights, and making sure it's controllable. So the goal here is just to shoot a clean, cold bill drill first. 21 feet. Make sure I'm chambered, yep. All right. So a little bit slower than I'd like, but I was looking for that control. The compensator on this does help for sure. Maybe not quite as good as a Radian Ramjet, but it's definitely around 85%. So let's run another one and we'll see if we can step on the gas a little bit. Okay, and let's do one more, should we? Ooh. So, still not the greatest purchase on that gun on the draw, but with a little bit more work, this definitely feels, it's because I'm also very familiar with the Glock style platform. Bad grip on the last one, but was still very controllable on here. So I like it so far. Now we're gonna move to the Reload 3. This does come with a factory polymer magwell. I actually really like it. For whatever reason, it does a great job as you know, that additional aid if you're not exactly dialed in, more so than some other magwells that seem to have hang-up points in their magwell. So. All right, on my presentation after the reload, I got a little bit sloppy with my trigger. Wasn't prepped, kind of mashed into that trigger. That's why I sent that one left on the line. Round number 2.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
So I think I'm just getting a little premature on that slide release. That's a me issue though.
Stand by. .383.
A little slower than I'd like, but it's smooth. Definitely something, the more I work with this, the more I could speed that up. So now we're gonna back up to 10 yards or 30 feet and we're gonna run a B8. This is not a timed thing. This is just seeing how accurate we can be. Preferably like to keep everything in the 10 ring or even better yet in the X ring. So we'll go back there and shoot 10 rounds. 10 rounds, here we go. All right, so pretty good. Me getting familiar with this trigger. This is a factory trigger. I definitely think I could tighten this up, but it's not bad, not bad. So this and this were definitely my fault on trigger manipulation for sure. But we kept them all in the 10 ring. So this time we'll step back and try to run it with a little bit of pace. We'll do the test, which is 10 shots in 10 seconds or less. One high, which was my fault. So a happy little mistake, as Bob Ross would say, but definitely doable to keep it all in the 10 ring. So smooth shooting gun, I like it. We're gonna head back to the armory and we'll get this thing scored. All right guys, we are back from the range. First category we're gonna go over is cost. So MSRP of $12.93. I think that I'm gonna give it a 7.5. So that's just my personal opinion. I do think that it's already upgraded with a lot of things that people would send off a gun aftermarket to have it done. So yeah, 7.5 on there. So ergonomics on the grip here, it's interchangeable back straps. It is pretty ergonomic. One thing that I do like is that it has a little bit more of a beaver tail on it, so you can avoid the Glock slide bite that I always get. They did cut out a little bit of a shelf here for like a support hand thumb. Some people care about that, some people don't. So on ergonomics overall, the frame itself and everything is pretty lightweight. It shoots well, it just feels a little bit lighter than say a factory Glock. So I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10 on that. On the trigger, I would say they did a pretty good job. It is still very similar to a factory Gen 4 Glock. So I'm gonna give that a 5 on the trigger. On its bore axis, I do feel like it's very much like a Glock, pretty much the same thing, which I can control pretty well. So I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10 on bore axis. The sights, it comes with a tritium front, a blacked out rear, and optic ready. So with this, they have a bunch of different spacers on here so you can fit a variety of optics on here and then fill in that gap with the provided spacers. So I'm gonna give that a solid 8. As far as aftermarket support go, it is very much like a Glock. So as you can see here, things like the slide release, I already have done that. So I'm still fairly unsure. I know that you can get an upgraded trigger, say from Tactical Trigger or whatever. So I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 as far as aftermarket support goes. We also have holsters. Find them on our website. Round capacity, like a Glock 17, it's 17+1 unless you're running an extended mag. So I'm gonna give that an 8. Seems to be fairly standard, those capacities with a gun this size. So on serviceability, because it is so much like a Glock, uses a lot of same parts as a Glock, serviceability, I'm gonna give that a 9, just because if you know anything about a Glock, you're gonna be able to figure your way out around this. As far as value, this gun comes with 2 mags. It just uses the Magpul P mags. I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10 for value because a lot of the aftermarket things that people typically do on this gun has already been done from the factory. So cool factor, you've got front serrations, windows, obviously the integrated compensator that is also built in and covered by the dust cover on the frame. Cool factor's a 9 out of 10 for sure. Really not much to say, it looks cool. All right guys, those are our categories. This Shadow System XR920P comes out to 75.5 out of 100 on our score. This is my first gun review, so maybe I'm a little bit more harsh than the other guys. That is it for the XR920P by Shadow Systems. Thank you for watching. If there's any other gun that you guys want us to review, let us know in the comments below. We'll take a look at it, especially if you send it to us. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you got a buddy looking to buy one of these guns or any of the ones we've reviewed, send the video to them. Thanks.